You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm josemonkey, and I find people who ask to be found. Guys, this is sort of a rare find for me. Most videos I receive are recorded outdoors. I've done a few different indoor locations, but it's usually a whole different kind of challenge to find places like that. Anyway, this person sent me a video that was recorded indoors. It's very brief. Check it out.
josemonkey. Is this better? Tell me where I'm at.
Okay, so based on the way this person started the video... What?
You didn't say the thing.
Oh, sorry. So what can we see?
Nice.
Okay, so based on the way this person started the video, saying, is this better? I assume that they must have sent me a video prior to this, which I rejected for some reason, probably because they didn't appear on camera asking to be found or show a sign. So guys, if you send a video asking to be found, please follow the rules and appear on camera or show a sign asking to be found if you don't want to appear on camera. Now, it doesn't have to be a sign like this. You can just make a sign with whatever you have available, but you got to do one of those two things. Anyway, this video appears to be recorded from inside of what appears to be a sports bar or pub. And I say that based on the way it looks, but also based on the fact that we can see the reflection of several TV screens in the windows here. And the screens show what appear to be a couple of sports games that are happening. We got a baseball game here and what looks like a football game. I'll come back to that. Other than that, we can just see some lighted signs advertising different beverages and just a glimpse of the outside world. We can see this one building across the street, and we can see just slightly more of this other building with these rounded windows. We've also got what looks like a trash can here, and then this, which I think is probably a fire hydrant. Now guys, I might have looked at this video and thought that maybe it was impossible, if it weren't for the fact that we have one more clue. Over the person's shoulder, we can see that there are numbers printed above the door. If we flip it around, we can see that it's the number 273. I assumed that that was a part of the address, so that's helpful. Okay, I thought maybe that the sports that we see on the TVs might be useful in helping us figure out where this was. And I think it might be the case that what we see here is Game 2 of the Yankees-Red Sox series that happened in June of last year. That game was played on June 18th, which is the day that this video was posted. The Red Sox won that game 6-2.
Freaking Sox, baby.
Who was that?
Don't look at me, bro. I don't even watch baseball.
Anyway, I think that's what game this is, but we would need to call in a pro like NPG to be sure. Anyway, that all ended up being a bit of a boondoggle in terms of finding this place. Because I realized that most professional football and baseball games are streamed all over the place, and you can see them in sports bars like this all over the country. So I didn't think I could really rely on that for very much. So I needed a different way to find this place. I figured maybe I could look in the OpenStreetMap database and try to find sports bars or pubs that were numbered 273. But I didn't really know where to look. So guys, I just took a shot and searched the entire United States for pubs or bars that had 273 as part of the address. And that came back pretty quickly, and there weren't actually many results. And none of them were right. So I tried expanding that to businesses that were tagged as restaurants as well, and that got me some more results, but none of them were right. I began to realize that this place was either not in the OpenStreetMap database or did not have the necessary metadata that I was searching for. So I had to come up with a different way to find this place. So guys, at that point, I just started Googling for sports bars in different states, one state at a time, and adding 273 to my search. So I was basically searching for sports bar, state, and the number 273. And without any good way to know where to start, I decided to just start looking in the states in which I have found the most people so far. So if we look at the top 5, that's Texas with 26 locations, Pennsylvania with 21 locations, New York with 20 locations, and Florida and Ohio tied with 19 locations each. So that's where I started. And guys, that was pretty rough because I was getting lots of extraneous results. The 273 in my query would match all sorts of things, not necessarily addresses. So it was matching like partial phone numbers, number of Yelp reviews, I mean just all kinds of stuff. It was very hit or miss. And after looking at a bunch of incorrect and not very helpful results in Texas, Pennsylvania, and New York, I moved on to Florida. And when I repeated my search for Florida, one of the first results I got was for some place called Central Tavern. When I clicked through on that, I discovered that that was a sports bar that had an address that started with the number 273. So I went to check it out, not really expecting it to be right. But when I pulled up the Google Street View, I saw this. And guys, that was it. You're inside Central Tavern in Winter Haven, Florida. The Google Street View had confirmed the numbers that we see above the door. And when I turned the camera around, I could see that building across the intersection. We can see those rounded windows that we saw in the video. I also found that fire hydrant. And I found that trash can too, but that was over on the other side of the street, closer to the bar. But the cherry on top, of course, was this user-submitted 360-degree photo that I found from inside Central Tavern. We can see that this is definitely the same place. Some of the lighted signs had changed, but we can see that this sign here and the exit sign were all the same, and all the other details matched as well. So I'm pretty sure that's where you were. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And this time it was in Season 1, Episode 131, in Orlando, Florida. That's only about 37 miles or 59 kilometers away from this place. Guys, don't forget that I will be at NocoCon on June 8th and 9th. You can get more information and find out how to get tickets on my site. And while you're on my site, maybe go check out my store if you're into that sort of thing. Speaking of my store, I'm hoping that I can announce some new merch in the near future, so stay tuned for that. If anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, Jose Monkey," or something like that on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.